Teacher down here, back in Colorado, in the backyard looking at a tree. Now, I put off talking about this one for a minute. Uh, Cops. Now, we had a lot to talk about with cops, for sure. And I have some stories. First thing I gotta say is I'm real glad to be back where the climate is cooler. I'm actually having to wear a hoodie, and that feels nice. Anyway, there's a little tree we got growing behind the house here. So, cops. Let's start with one basic fact. Basically, cops don't solve crimes. That's something we got to get straight, I think, is that they solve something like, I'm going to throw some numbers out here and you can double check them, whatever. Something like 60% of all homicides are like, I think that's about right. Around about 30 to 35% of rapes are solved. We have 250,000 rape kits running free range in police storage rooms around the country. Something like 250,000. That's not a made-up number. That's the real deal. Rape kits that never got processed. They just were taken, by like ER nurses and stuff and put into evidence, and that was it. So we have somewhere around 30 to 35% of rapes actually get solved in this country. And cops, what do? Well, mostly harass people. That's really kind of their deal. I've been harassed by cops. I'm a regular looking white male guy. And I've been harassed by cops actually since I was a teenager. And so what do cops actually do? I don't know. They speed trap, and they go around bugging people and harassing mostly people of color. That's kind of what cops do. That's kind of their gig. So, but if you're white, cisgender male, you don't really expect to get harassed by the cops, but it happens because they get bored, I guess. I don't know why they do it. But I've been hassled by cops in settings where I'm just like minding my own business, and and this leads into another question, another whole deal of people just hassling other people for minding their own business. This happened to me one day at the supermarket where I was literally just, my wife was good enough to go in and shop, and I didn't have to do it that day. And I had some guy come up to me, and I think I've talked about this before. People policing other people, and I'm concerned about this because this leads to the brown shirt kind of behavior that we saw in Nazi Germany. It's turning your neighbor in for doing more or less nothing. And that, I don't know, your neighbor likes a certain TV show, your neighbor talks to certain people, whatever. That concerns me, actually. I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, why do we have people like turning other people into authorities? I mean, I understand, if somebody does something egregious, they commit a crime, whatever, you turn them in. Okay, that I can deal with. That makes sense to me. But this is beginning to happen as sort of a matter of course, where people are turning people in for things, or snitching on people, or tattling on people for minor things, right, which are somehow contrary to what somebody wants to see. And that concerns me greatly, because that leads into, I mean, it's the foundation of kind of a brown shirt movement in the United States, which I feel coming sort of like a wave. I feel it. So keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel. Teacher Dan, signing out.